Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Ang pag-usapan natin ngayon ay yung isang pangunahing dahilan bakit biglang tumaas ang porsyento ng mga Pilipino na hindi pabor sa charter change. Kasi a year ago, March 2023, sa Pulse Asia Survey, 45% lang ang ayaw sa charter change. Ngayon, March 2024, naging 88%. So halos na doble. Ano ang dahilan? Ito, ipinaliwanag ni Professor Ronald Holmes, ang presidente ng Pulse Asia, ang dahilan. Ito pala yung Edsa Pwera ad campaign na sinimulan ng Pirma na later on nalaman natin na pinundahan pala ng Kongreso. So lumalabas na karma sila. Tanong lang naman. Okay, pakinggan natin ang interview ng ANC kay Professor Ronald Holmes.
Going back to the Edsa Pwera campaign, with this bigger gap, 88% saying no to just 8 who want constitutional amendments. Do you think that a campaign like Edsa Pwera could have made a dent?
Well, I would say that campaign really, basically the pitch was really that there was a problem with regard to not just the Constitution, but even the EDSA narrative. I don't know why it was tied up with that. Of course, this is a Constitution that came about as a result of the political transition that was facilitated by the EDSA People Power event, among other things. But it missed out on really informing the public about the key issues and the issues that matter to them. As we see on most of the proposals, the public actually has a marked increase in terms, showed a marked increase in terms of unfavorable opinion on any of the proposed changes, both economic and political.
So, yun po. Kung maalala nyo, January this year, mayroong binayaran na political ads sa mga mainstream media, lalo na TV, na short video na ang sinisisi bakit naghihirap ang taong bayan ay yung 1987 Constitution. Kaya ang ano is Edsa Pwera. Gumalaw na tayo, sabi nung ads, palitan natin ang konstitusyon na yan dahil yan ang punot dulo, sanhi ng kahirapan ng taong bayan. So, because of that ad campaign na I think around 5 million ata ang bayan. So, naging aware ang marami. Maraming Pilipino ang nakakaalam tungkol sa People's Initiative o yun na nga, yung charter change, na aware sila. Then after that, yun na, nagkaroon ng pagsisiwalat na yung pala may kasamang ayuda, promise, parang panluloko sa mga kapuspalan. And then nagsalita ang iba't ibang leaders. Kasama na dyan si dating Pangulong Duterte, si Vice President Sara Duterte, sino pa yung nagsalita? Attorney Vic Rodriguez, Attorney Glenn Chong, Attorney Roque, nagkaroon ng Davao Prayer Rally, Cebu Prayer Rally. So lalong na-aware ang sambayan ng Pilipino at yung sinamahan pa ng Senate investigation na nung una, todo deny ang Kongreso, ang Kamara na wala silang pakialam sa People's Initiative. But in a very clear manner, napag-alaman natin na sa Senate investigation, mayroon palang papel ang mga congressman. So, yun na. Nagsimula sa Edsa Pwera ad campaign, nadagdagan, naliwanagan ang taong bayan. So, pagdating dito sa survey, nako, halos 9 out of 10 Filipinos ayaw sa charter change. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Kung anong itinanim nila, inani nila. So ano ba yon? Karma? Oh. Ngayon, lumabas ang resulta. Sabi ng isang leader sa Kamara, si Deputy House Majority Leader Asedre, na malicious, unfair daw yung unfair yung survey na yun. So anong basihan ng kongresista na malicious, unfair? Ito, pakinggan natin ang dagdag na paliwanag ni Dr. Ronald Holmes, bakit sila nag-conduct ng survey. Yung pala, mapag-alaman ninyo dito na for the past 4 administration, ginagawa na nila. Kasi yun po ang ang nasa puso ng bawat Pilipino, kasi halos lahat ng administrasyon merong attempt na i-charter change. So, importante sa Pilipino na malaman nila ang bagay nito, at ngayon nagsalita na ang taong bayan na ayaw nila. Okay, pakinggan natin ang dagdag na interview ng ANC kay Dr. Holmes.
First, what prompted Pulse Asia to come up with a nationwide survey, particularly on charter change?
Well, it's a burning issue to begin with. The last time that we did a survey was March in 2023. We've been doing the same, basically have a set of questions that we've been running since 2003. In each administration, across the last 4 administrations, you've had initiatives on the part of leaders, either in Congress or outside of Congress, pushing for constitutional change. So it's good to see what the public opinion is on those issues.
Right. Now, first on whether people have heard about the proposals to amend the Constitution, there was a big jump for the people who said yes, 72% for this year, and 47 from the last survey in 2023. That's 25 percentage point increase. What do you think were the factors that could have affected that? Was that a significant jump?
It's a significant jump, and I would say, Ron, that the factor there would really be that the issue has been basically discussed in various fora. This is the first time that we have had sessions in both houses of Congress, the upper house, the Senate, and the lower house. The upper house has had investigations in terms of the People's Initiative and have been deliberating on the joint resolution number 6. And the lower house has been pushing for this change since last year. And at the time before we conducted the survey, of course, as we noted, the joint resolution number 7 was started. They started to deliberate on this one also.
Okay. Now, there was an Edsa Pwera campaign that started this year in January, and I'm just thinking that some of the proponents of those who pushed for that ad may attribute it to their campaign. Can they say that? Would you agree to that? That it was a factor in that significant increase of people having heard of moves to amend the charter?
Yeah, we can attribute it to that. Basically, that this is the first time that someone ran an advertisement pushing for constitutional change. So when we ask the question whether they've heard of this initiative, basically it's almost the same number saying that they've heard about it. I mean, the People's Initiative. That can partly be attributed to the advertisement that was that started in January this year. In addition to that, of course, you have various personalities, political personalities, stating their opinion on this, including the Vice President, the former President, and a number of other political leaders, even business leaders for that matter, and even educators articulating their position. So it's a broad spectrum of individuals from various institutions talking about charter change. I think this is the first time we're seeing varied opinions being expressed on this issue.
And despite that awareness, the meat of the survey, 88% saying no, the Constitution should not be amended, 8 said yes, it should. 4 did not know. But that seems counter to how some lawmakers made it seem that the people were clamoring for it, so much so that the People's Initiative was launched. What do you make of it?
I don't know where they're getting their information, at least based on this survey. Of course, this survey was done in March. Maybe the information that they obtained was from an earlier period. But what I can say is that at the time that we conducted the survey, you have 3 out of 4 Filipinos saying that the Constitution should not be amended at any time, not now and any other time. And 14% saying that it can be amended, but not now. It can be amended at a later period.
But comparing it to the numbers last year, those who oppose it were just 45, and now it's 88. What could have been the factors for that increase of them not wanting any change in the Constitution? Again, despite this awareness, despite all these talk, and despite campaigns by some sectors and some lawmakers even.
It's a highly, I mean, I'll take on my political science hat now, Lon. It's a highly politicized issue, essentially. You've got groups really taking a quite clear stance on the issue, for or against the issue. You have the upper house basically saying that the People's Initiative is a fake initiative. And then you have the lower house saying that the upper house has always been blocking any and all attempts towards charter change. So in that sense, this is the first time that actually we're seeing an exchange between the two houses of Congress, compared to the past when basically the Senate will not just act on any resolution that was being passed by the lower house. So in that sense, it's something new. And it has become really the public has witnessed how legislators have become divided, how former and incumbent leaders are also divided in the issue.
Okay.